Welcome.
Old souls, young souls, and all my damn souls in between. Welcome back to another week of Old Soul in the Young World with your host, Jessie Ellly. And you know, guys, tonight I am so excited. It is lit. We are kicking it off in a brand new studio. We are here with AJYBG podcast, AJYBG entertainment. You know, guys, it's lit. We are here. We can't even control ourselves. We can't contain it. We are all so excited.
It's a vibe.
Y'all heard them, right? Oh, snap.
That's
Comedy.
We're just about to kick it off, guys. We are here, like I said, with the AJYBG podcast. For those of y'all who don't know, I have been, doing my thing for the past couple months. We started this podcast in January, and now we are kind of moving up the ladder. We are making bigger moves. We have a bigger picture, a bigger plan, and that has to do with AJYBG podcast. So shout out to them. Shout out to every single individual on that show. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you having me in your space. It is really a fucking vibe.
It's a vibe.
So also to start off the show and to start off this new venture that we are entering into, I want to have my good friend, somebody who is an old soul, a young soul, or some type of soul. He definitely is a fitness person, but besides being a fitness person, he's into health, mental health, physical health, drinking more water, living a good life, and being just all around, a happy person. I feel like positivity is key, and positivity is something that we leave out of the equation way too often. You know what I mean, guys? So it's just like open up your minds, open up your eyes, open up your ears, and tune in with us tonight because we about to get lit. What up, AJ?
Yo, what's up?
What's going on?
Wow, I feel famous just hanging out here, just being with the squad right now. It's actually, it's crazy. Thank you for the introduction. That's a high bar I got to meet.
Nah, not even, and I just want to thank you for being open, just wanting to come, open up with us and tell the people what it is. Cause if somebody looks at you from the outside, I feel like they might speculate like, oh, they could judge you off the bat like, oh, this kid's just into fitness or this kid's this or this kid's that. I feel like you have so many fucking layers to you that I was like, you have to come on the show and open up and talk about them.
It's crazy too, because like I was growing up, like out of high school, I've always wanted to like be decently good at everything. You don't got to be great at everything, but I want to be good at everything.
Facts.
So like all the jobs that I've worked, like my resume is crazy. Like I just a long work history of like different fields and stuff. And just where I spend my time researching and learning. My internship definitely taught me a lot. My current job teaches me a lot now. So I've been doing my best to be like a chameleon and be able to transition and be in all spaces.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what it's about. Like everyone, tuning in, listening in, shout out to you because you guys are taking the time to invest in yourselves to make yourselves better, just like me and AJ are doing the same, and it's not easy. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm sure we can both testify to that. Like, just trying to push forward. And I think when we're young, it's like, okay, we find ourselves, but then you're like, oh shit, I knew nothing about myself. Like, you know what I mean? You get to the point where you're looking back on yourself and you're like, I was a little like baby, you know what I mean? But you didn't even see it at the time. And then you grow into a whole new butterfly, like you evolve. And it's really cool because I've known you for so long that I feel like I've seen the evolution of you like evolving. I feel like this is like your highest that I seen you at.
I want to say like
you vibrating, bro.
Like North Shore community, maybe 2015, 2015, right? Yeah, definitely crazy. And I've been doing a lot of introspection into like my past and what's got me to this point. And you look at old pictures of yourself and you're like, wow, where was I? Like, who is that person? Yeah. And I feel like every couple of years, like I change my hairstyle and I visibly see the change because like, every time that I change my hair, I've been in a new space. Mm-hmm. I've been in a different mental space. I've been in a different physical space. I'm obviously bigger and stronger now than I was when I had my locks or when I had my fro, when I had my fade.
Yeah.
So like going back to your butterfly thing, like every every so often we grow, we mature.
Exactly. And for everybody listening in, I just want to let you guys know what we're actually going to be diving into tonight. We're going to talk, a little bit, like I said, about some health and fitness, a little bit about drinking more water.
Drink more water.
You just need to drink more water.
Drink more water.
Mick Jenkins. Is that it? Mick Jenkins?
Yes, drink more water, Mick Jenkins. Shout out to Mick Jenkins. I met Mick Jenkins in 2015. Great guy.
What?
Great guy. Yeah, great guy.
Like live?
Yeah, he came to Middle East and Cambridge, and I had VIP tickets, and he brought pizza. He got pizza for us, hung out with us for like an hour, some change beforehand, and we got to vibe and kick, and then we hung out a little bit after.
Okay.
Great guy.
Okay.
Great guy.
That's dope. And it's like, I think when you started listening to him, it's because you were in the mindset of like feel more energy or feel the energy.
That's around the time that we established FTE, me and the homies. Me and this homie established FTE.
In this homie.
Yeah,
Don't
big
leave
facts.
me out,
Never. I would
motherfucker.
never, Jessie. I could never leave you out.
FTE for life.
Feel the energy.
Feel the energy.
Shout out to Z. Shout out to Peter. Shout out to Johnny. Shout out to Justin. Gang. Rufus. Gang.
Gang. But yeah, and like I feel like at that time you were kind of establishing, I don't know, just something that you could express. Like we didn't know at that age how to even let out what we were feeling, because I think we were old souls from the start. You know what I mean? And we were like, okay, where do we put all this passion and motivation and manifestation? Like, where does that go? Where does that energy subside? And like, you guys kind of made a movement. Like, yo, I remember y'all, we would be in school and I'd come up on y'all, we were in a huddle. Well, actually, I think I would like join the huddle, but y'all were in a huddle. Like, feel the energy, feel the energy. And I'm like, oh shit, like what are you guys doing over there?
All of us in one spot is always a good time. It's definitely a vibe, just like this podcast.
Yes, facts.
It's a vibe.
When I only know how to use like 2 keys on the fucking drop board tonight.
The only keys that matter. The only keys that matter.
You know, we're trying, guys. This is we're doing something new. And that's what it's about. Always doing something new.
Absolutely. And especially I feel like after high school, like when we started like hanging out more and more, you know, you're on this path, you're on this very narrow road in high school. Like you either do these things, you play these sports, take these classes, so on and so forth. And then you graduate and the world's like, all right, do what you want now.
Right.
And
like find your damn way.
Dead ass, like, all right, go do what you want now. Like you go from having to ask to go to the bathroom to now you're like, I can stay out as long as I want. I don't have to do my homework. Like,
but you're still at that vulnerable age. I think that's the weird thing, because it's like in America, we expect kids, once you're going to college, like how old are you when you're going to college? Like maybe 18, 19, like you're just getting out of high school. Okay, so at that stage in your life, you're already supposed to know what's set in front of you. You're already supposed to know what your job is, what your soul's about, how to like control your emotions, how to control everything. You know what I mean? And be a good person at the same time. Where the fuck is that expectation coming from? Like,
we put way too much pressure on young people these days, at least from my experience and from what I'm seeing now, especially with young kids with now social media. They have this so much pressure to be a certain thing, whereas like we were able to, when we were young, to just express ourselves, you know what I mean, however we wanted, or at least not however we wanted, but diverting from what expectations were and what people wanted us to do. Like my dad at 15, at 18, I was not doing what my dad wanted me to do.
Yeah.
I was not doing what my dad wanted me to do. He was,
and I feel like that's most of us, because it's like we have to find our path. You know what I mean? And our parents have a certain mindset on top of what we don't even know yet. It's like, how do you combine those to figure out who you are? You know, and it's like, sorry to cut you off.
No, there's nothing I want to do more than hear you speak. Nothing I want to do more than hear you speak. Big facts. But yeah, I feel like now at facts, at 25, I'll be 26 on Saturday. At 26 years old, I've realized that like it's an endless journey to figure out where you want to get to. Because you'll never get there internally.
Exactly.
It's always, for me, it was like, I want to do this, I want to get here, I want to do that. But now I'm trying to get to a place where like I like where I'm at now. I'm enjoying my peace.
You're enjoying the present moment, which is something that a lot of people look past. And I think, you know, in this lifetime, it goes so fast. Like you don't realize it until you get older. You're kind of waiting to get older. You're waiting to get older. It's like, damn, I can't do this. I can't do that. And then as soon as you hit that age, you start like appreciating the things when you were younger. And like, I feel like when you you get to that, that's when you start to actually figure out who you are and what's most important. Like, is it important to be out partying or doing this or that? Is it important to be searching for the wrong person to be with? No. You know what I mean? Like, what do you feel like is important?
I think importance and priorities change with age. Because in my early young adult years at 19, 20, my priorities weren't what they are now at 25, 26. In my freshman, sophomore year of college, you can stay out, smoke weed, drink with your friends, and stumble into class the next day if you feel. But now at 25, 26, I'm not drinking at 2 a.m. because I work in the morning. Yeah. I'd rather get good rest than get drunk.
There's other things that mean something to you. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have to turn up you don't have to turn up in the sense of like what people say is turn up. You can turn up by your fucking self.
Facts,
you can be home in my PJs, reading a book, drinking some tea, smoking a joint.
Straight like that.
Yo, I just have to shout out right now. I need to shout out Baldwin. I need to shout out JQ. I need to shout out Big Richie. I need to shout out, is it JR, guys?
JQ. I got you, bro. Don't worry about it. I got you, bro. Don't worry.
Lil Richie, excuse me, and Insta Sam. Shout out all y'all.
It's our pleasure. It's our pleasure.
You know, guys, it wouldn't be a right first show to be in the studio with not having them kind of, talk or come in, because it's such a vibe in here. It's like the energy is so... We were just talking about energy. Yeah. When you walk in the studio, when you sit in these chairs, when you go on the mic, you already feel the energy radiating towards you. Really that's something that you need to be aware of. You know what I mean? Like, it's around you all the time.
All the time.
All the damn time.
All the time. Your essence... As much as everything that you feel inside, it radiates outside. I mean, you ever been in a bad mood and people look at you and they'll know you're in a bad mood?
Yo.
You guys gonna make us fucking flip out. So I'm about to leave. About to get some McDonald's or something. Yo, thank you. Very appreciated, man. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's our pleasure.
It's a vibe.
Yeah, no, facts though.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. I love seeing good people link up. And you know they say good people gravitate toward each other?
Yes.
I've seen that more and more as I've grown, and I'm loving it. I'm loving everything about it. When I see my two friends collabing on a project, on a song, on a podcast, like it's really everything that I want to see in life.
It's a vibe.
Facts. I want to see all my friends winning.
And everybody should feel that way for themselves, for their friends, for the people in their lives. Like, guys, come to a sense of understanding where there's no point in being in competition with others. There's no point in being in any competition with any person in this whole entire universe.
Yo, the table is so big. You can bring up a chair. You can bring up a plate. We can all eat. I promise.
We can all eat.
I promise we can all eat at the table. Stop playing with me.
Shout out to Vibe Podcast.
I'm on your side. Facts. I'm on your side. I promise I'm on your side. We are all on your side. I want to see you win. Whatever it is that you want to do in life, I want to see you win. You want to be a janitor? Cool. Be the best janitor out there. I want to see you do that shit.
Right.
You want to be a teacher? Great. Be the best teacher out there.
100%.
Mold young minds. Do that. You want to be a personal trainer? Cool. Do that. Be the best personal trainer out there. Be the best you. Whatever it is, be the best you. I support it.
And if you want to do nothing and figure out how to get to the point where you can move forward and figure that out, do that. Take that time for yourself, guys.
Take that time.
There is no rush. There is no time on your life except the timestamp that you put on your life, except the expectation and the stress that you put on yourself.
Facts.
And we are our own biggest competition. I don't need any other competition because I already got enough with myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, every day, moving forward.
Talk to him.
We spit truth on here.
Gosh.
This is Old Soul Young World, guys. Old Soul Young World times a vibe. So you already know you're going to get a lot of energy. It just is what it is. But AJ, I do kind of want to break it down with you just a little bit. Like, if you could tell the people kind of like what you're about, who you are as like where you're going with the health and wellness stuff.
Okay.
And why you even care about health and wellness, because people would be like, all right, like, you know what I mean? There's, so much fast food. You can fucking order Uber Eats anywhere you are. You can, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many options to not be into wellness and care about yourself. What even motivates you to keep going to give a fuck?
Honestly, once I started, and this was a slow process. This is a seed that I planted years ago, and I've been watering it my whole life. Once I started to care more about myself and how I wanted to be in the long run, that's when I started taking in different perspectives. Like, okay, I could do this, but this should be better in the long term. Which is how I started getting on my personal training journey, my own personal fitness journey as well, because my mental health was just in the tubes. I was in a very bad spot. My mom actually pushed me out of the crib, and she was like, "You can't lay around the house." But it was 3 weeks I was in bed. I swear to God, 3 weeks in a row. And she was like, "You should go to the gym or something. You used to play basketball all the time. Like, go to the gym. So why membership? Go ahead." And I was like, you know what? Fine. She got me out, and I worked out, and I just felt good. You know, like I just like a fresh shower. Like I felt good, and I was in such a dark place. I just feeling good was nice, and personal training did that for me. I mean, personal fitness did that for me. So I keep saying personal training. I'm a part-time personal trainer now, so the word personal immediately follows by trainer. Yeah. So wellness, my own wellness in my brain and in my body has been my super big focus these days. I just graduated from Salem State. I know you did too. Yeah. Graduated with a major in healthcare studies with a minor in human biology.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I know you've been working mad hard at that. Yeah, it's been a long time coming.
Well deserved. I walk next month. It's well deserved. I'm happy about it. So once I started working out consistently, that's when I was like, okay, this can be something I want to do long term. It's something that doesn't require too much effort out of my daily life. It's something that is going to benefit me until I die.
Right.
You know, we've all seen old people who are like hunchback, can't do too much, need a cane, or don't do anything. And then we also know older folks in their 60s and 70s who are active, the hip elderly people. I mean, they're cool, they're with the shits. I want to be that. I want to be cool and hip with the shits. And when my friends have kids, when my sister has her kids, I want to be around for the long run.
Right. And so you're thinking a future term of your body and your wellness and your mindset. I've
been thinking of my mindset lately has been like plant seeds. You know what I mean? Plant seeds and water it, because what you water will grow.
Yes, 100%.
I mean, if you talk negatively to yourself all the time, that's gonna grow.
Like what you manifest will come.
Feel me?
You know, so. But I think that's a very wide concept. And I think, you know, it's really, for anyone listening in, shout out to you. Like I said, the concepts that we talk about is not something that people even think about on a daily basis. It's something you have to work towards growing to understand. Just because we're saying these words doesn't mean you're going to listen and be like, oh, I get it. And that's fucking fine. That is perfectly fine. Me and AJ are not perfect. You know what I mean? Like we are just humans. We are just people who have things to say and who want to keep going. Because the thing is, guys, the hardest obstacles, the things that you have to push through, that you have to grow from, they're always make you feel like you're going to give up. They always make you feel like you can never get back up. But when you keep pushing, when you keep stepping, when you keep walking, and you show other people, hey, I can do this. I can come out of the slumps. I can come from when they told me I couldn't get up and I'm jumping over a fence now. Are you going to come with me? You know what I'm saying? And that's what Old Soul in the Young World podcast is about. And that's why I appreciate you, AJ. I appreciate you for even being open to talk about this stuff, because, you know, we can come on here, we can fuck around, and that's great, but the people need to understand there's something deeper under the humor, under the sarcasm, under, you know, when you go home at night and you're by yourself, what's going on in your mind, what's going on in your wellness, what's going on with your soul and your body. And I feel like you just, you know, you understand that concept. Which brings me to my next point. And I'm putting you on the spot the first time in the new studio at a Vibe podcast. Asking you the question of all questions.
Hit me with it.
What do you feel within yourself that it means to be an old soul in a young world?
To me, what it feels to be an old soul in a young world, honestly, I feel like I was blessed with knowledge at a young age. And I also feel like, I mean, there are things that you are taught, and then I feel like there are certain things that you feel, and I feel like the things that I felt, I'm learning them as an adult, but I felt them as a young person.
Yep.
I felt them as a young person.
Can you repeat that
what I mean?
for the people just one more time?
Yeah, man. For real, I don't know. I just felt like I've known stuff for so long, but I didn't know that I knew stuff until I learned this stuff. And I'm like, people don't know this stuff?
Yes.
That's where I'm at, and that's where I've been at honestly, like my entire life. It's like I felt these things, like I felt knowledge, but now now that I've learned it and certified it, I'm like, wow, I knew this already.
Yeah.
And people our age, 25, 26, 30, are like, just coming on to it. Yo, I don't know if you feel this way. I don't know if you feel the same, but it's like I'll meet people, I don't even know their age, and then like they'll tell me they're like 10 years older than me, 8 years older than me, whatever. Like just a good amount of years, a handful, a whole decade. And it's like, we're relating on the same exact vibration. Do you know what I mean? Like, the place that I'm at now is where they're at in 10 years. It's just like, and that's not by choice. That's not by, and I'm not being, I mean that in the humblest way. I mean that with, we're all about being humble on the show. We're all about being real. If anyone wants to hit me up and they disagree, please feel free. My Instagram is JESSIE_ELLLY. If you want to come at me. But we have things to talk about. And we're just going to be real on the show. And now I'm rambling, so I don't remember what I was saying. So go the fuck ahead, AJ. Damn, I appreciate you so much. No, be real. I'm all for humility, but you also straight like that. That's how we do. You can be humble. There's nothing wrong with being humble. Don't undersell yourself and don't undervalue yourself at the same time. I've fallen in that habit where I'm like, man, I know, but like, you'll always know for yourself, but no one's gonna know unless you let them know. Exactly. Whether it's with your words, with your actions. People will never know unless you let them know. You have to advocate for yourself, straight up.
And that's the thing. It's like you can hold so much inside, but if you're not willing to share it, if you're not ready at the point to put that out there, it can't be accepted by the masses. It can't be helping the people. You know what I mean? Like, I never knew I was gonna ever create something that I would call my own. Like, I'ma just be at my house one day, come up with the word old soul, young world. And then for the next 4 days, I just kept saying old soul, young world, old soul, young world. And I was like, why the fuck do I keep saying this to myself? And I was like, what does this mean to me? And then I was like, it means I need to speak. It means I need to use my voice, because for so long, I've had so much to say because of being an old soul and of feeling the vibrations. But if I never chose to let that out there, people would walk by me and have no idea that I'm that deep or that I have that, knowledge.
Yeah.
Knowledge is
and the
power.
The best part is what I'm hearing is she was in her shell and she punched her way out.
And so did fucking AJ.
You feel me? She was in the shell and she punched her way out.
Yo, shout out everybody. Shout out everybody listening in who's punched their way out, yo. We've all been down and we've all had to pick ourselves back up. It's just part of life. It's a part of being an old soul or a young soul or any type of soul at all, or not even knowing you have a soul. It doesn't matter, guys. We're out here just finding it together.
We're gonna figure it out. Figure it out. That's all we're doing out here is figuring it out.
Just keep swimming.
Finding Nemo and Finding Dory, my favorite movies, top 3.
Wow, fun fact.
Easily.
AJ, fun fact.
Finding Dory, Lion King, 1.5 because Timon and Pumbaa, feel me? And Pursuit of Happiness.
Feel that.
Top 3 movies.
Ooh, Pursuit of Happiness. Oh, such a good one. One of my favorites.
I want to say something earlier. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep trying to figure it out. Take your time, because it's not easy. It is not easy. My entire life has been going in dark rooms and trying to put lights up.
100%.
Going in dark rooms and trying to put lights up, trying to figure it out. Does this work for me? Yes. Cool. Does it work for me? No.
Leave the room.
That's it. Leave the room. Close the door behind you. That's it.
Open the next door.
That's it.
You just have to keep walking.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're going to figure it out. And sometimes you're going to make some wrong turns. That's okay. We have time on our side. We're young.
Right.
You have time.
Right.
We have time.
And guys, like we are, in our 20s, 30s, we're pushing forward. We're doing the things that we need to do within our soul. If you feel like you have a purpose, something you need to do, something that you want to keep striving for, that you fucking can't forget about, that every day it keeps saying to you in your mind, old soul, young world, old soul, young world.
Do that shit.
Just listen to that shit. Do that shit.
Do that shit.
We're doing some ASMR. Do that shit.
Do that shit.
Do that fucking shit.
Do that shit.
Do that fucking shit.
Do that shit.
Do that shit.
do that shit. I can already see you guys doing this shit. Yes, I can see you guys doing this shit.
We were just manifesting it for you guys through ASMR. Don't worry.
I'm rooting for y'all. I have so many friends that I root for. Like in my time on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, is spent on hyping people up and letting people know that I support them and I'm here for whatever they're doing.
100%.
Because as a content creator, to some degree myself, I like knowing that people appreciate what I'm doing and that what I'm doing isn't in vain and that's not being my time is being wasted.
Yes.
So sometimes a little validation from the outside can be super duper helpful, and I want to be that for people.
Yes. I vibe with you, AJ. Thank you so much for being here tonight, dude. Like, wow, such a vibe. Guys, we're chilling here. We're eating our fruit. We're drinking our water.
Drink more water.
Drink more water. AJ put me onto that. He put me onto the mental consciousness of having in the back of my mind, I need to drink more water during the day. Yeah. And every time I have my reusable water bottle and I'm filling that shit up, I be thinking about AJ because he literally, every time I go on Snapchat, a couple years ago, dude, drink more water, drink more water. Till today.
Every day.
Today, if I go on Snapchat, what's AJ's thing say? It's a black page and says, drink more water on it.
Every day. I'm going to let you know every single day, drink more water. If you're having any type of problem at all in life, I'm going to tell you to drink more water. Your head hurts, drink more water. You're not doing well in school, go drink some water.
Can't sleep,
go drink some water. Yo, I'm telling you, water is so helpful. And like the water itself is good for your organs, yes, but it's the metaphor surrounding water that has been my driving force for so long. Because, think of like water, how it creates, how it flows, how it adapts. That's what we do as humans. We create, we ebb, we flow, we adapt. You know what I mean? We grow things. Sometimes we destroy things. Water can destroy. Yep. You know what I mean? It's not perfect.
Right. We're just fluid. And we're like 90% water or like 70. 70% water. But that's pretty much our whole body. So it's like we are made of the earth. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I think that's a whole concept on tonight's show too. It's like just being appreciative of where you come from, knowing that there's more than just your physical body, guys. Like you have a physical body, yes, but it's just keeping in your soul. You know what I mean? It's just holding something that makes it motivated. There's something inside of you that keeps you going. It's not just this physical body.
Listen to me. You are nothing but a sack of skin and bones.
100.
And when you die, it will expire, but your soul will not.
Like if somebody wanted to throw me off a building right now, what am I going to do? I'm going to die. In my head, as many times as I say it, I'm thinking, nah, I'll be fine. I'll live past it. But my soul would live past it. And whether you want to call that past lives, if you believe in future lives or whatever it is, manifestation, guys, there's just something greater. And I think that's what the point is. Don't be closed-minded. Don't keep yourself in a fucking box. Let yourself grow and blossom. Like AJ said, like water those seeds. You know what I mean? If you have those seeds sitting there and they just every day the sun's shining on them and they're supposed to be growing, but nobody's giving them the water, nobody wants to put them in the soil, what are they going to do? They're going to dry out, right? They're going to wither and they're going to dry and you're never going to be able to plant them and you're never going to be able to grow that tree.
Straight like that.
Take your seeds, put them in the damn ground, put some water on, let that shit grow.
And if you plant a seed and it doesn't bear the fruit you want, that's okay.
Ooh.
Take the lesson, learn from it.
Yep.
Take the lesson and learn from it.
Take
plant
a
some
bite
new
of
seeds.
the other fruit. Who knows? Maybe it'll be good.
I feel like that. If you watch One Piece, you know what it means about the fruit. Gum fruit.
AJ brought a whole fruit platter tonight.
I love
it was
fruit, yo.
It was so nice of you. I really appreciate that.
My eating regimen recently has consisted of so much fruit that like if I'm going to an event or to just be with multiple people or any of my friends, I'm bringing some fruit along with me.
Yeah.
I bring some fruit with me everywhere I go.
That.
I love it.
Actually,
especially
I remember
if I'm going to be late.
when we were personal training. Well, so me and AJ did a little bit of personal training during quarantine.
Yeah.
I was going crazy. I was going to lose my mind.
Big facts.
My boxing gym shout out title, boxing shut down.
Goofies.
So AJ came over and he said he would spar with me and do some boxing in my backyard. And, we chopped it up and it was a good vibe. But I remember every time you come, you'd have like an apple or an orange.
Yeah.
Or you would definitely take an apple from my house.
Shout out to your mom. Shout out to your mom because she supplied me with a lot of fruit. She supplied me with a lot of fruit.
Literally wanted to like come see you tonight. She was like, AJ's gonna be there. She's like, I need to get personal training with him again. I'm like, do it. Do it.
I texted her. She didn't text me back. She's goofy.
Oh.
I'm telling you,
AJ
bro.
be texting